Seconds Out, delighted to be joined by Abass Baraou, uh, super welterweight, unbeaten, WBC international champion, and standout amateur, I think it's fair to say as well. Just before we go into how the career is going so far, I just want to get an idea of how you first got into the sport. You were born in Togo, is that correct?
Yes, I was born in Togo and raised up. I know I was born in Germany. I was
Okay.
born in Germany, Stuttgart, but I was raised up in Togo. Yeah, and then I came back to Germany.
How old were you when you went back to Togo, and then how old when you came back to Germany afterwards?
Just like 9 months after my birth, we went back to Togo, and I came back with 9 years.
And did you have any experience of getting into boxing when you were still in Togo? I mean, nine's quite young, I suppose.
Not really. Everybody was supposed to play soccer. I don't knew much about boxing.
Did you like soccer as well?
Yes, of course. I play at the youth also soccer. I start with soccer, and my heart partly beat also for soccer.
And how was it that you got into boxing when you were back in Germany? What age were you, and what got you into the sport?
I was like 13 years old, and I was also always like to fight and to mess with other people, like on the breaks at the school, at the roof, and I like to fight with some classmates and all the things. And I think I love fighting, and I would like it came on my past when I was in a youth center near my house and introduced the boxing. And so I learned boxing, and the coach was really impressed of me, and he invited me to the boxing club.
And had a great amateur career, as I mentioned at the start of the interview. What means more to you, the world bronze or the European gold?
I think the European goals because I really enjoyed the European Championship, and I felt like I couldn't really enjoy the World Championship. I gave my best there, but it was just a few time to prepare for that and to let the stress from the European Championship get away. So it was so close, and felt better prepared for the European Championship.
Was it a difficult decision to turn professional when you did? Obviously, you never won an Olympic medal, and for a lot of boxers, amateur boxers, that's a big goal.
Yeah, yes, of course. It was not that big anymore. I wanted always to go to the Olympics, but I felt like 2016 was my time to go to the Olympics, and I missed it. And then I was just preparing for the pro, and after the bronze medal at the World Championship, I was like, I am ready now to go to the pro.
And being based in Germany and having the stellar background you had, was it always going to be Sauerland boxing for you?
Uh, at at the time when I make the decision, I wanted a good to be in a good company. Like Sauerland was like a dream because they were the best in Germany and also in Europe. And when we get into contact with them, I couldn't also wait to get this done because I knew Sauerland years ago, and I was always look at their events and on their journey, and I was happy to be then on their team.
What's been your victory so far as a pro that you've enjoyed the most, or the performance that you've enjoyed the most?
I think it was like my sixth fight against Ali Foneka. I really enjoyed this fight because I felt like I'm it was the fight where I feel like I make the turn from the amateur to pro, and I really give me exercises to do during the fight, and I felt like I did it well, and it's one of the fights I really enjoyed.
For people that haven't seen you fight previously, just describe your style for us.
My style, how can I describe myself? My style, I'm trying to box clever. Sometimes it is, I'm a pusher. I'm trying to push to break my opponent always, and sometimes to mix it with cool with how can I say it, with strategy, and not just a hit like sometimes like a hit on the and don't get hit, and yeah, what can I say so far?
It sounds like the perfect style to be associated with Adam Booth, who you've been working
Yeah.
with before lockdown, of course, in London, or in Surrey,
Mm.
actually, to be specific. Just tell us how that link up between yourself and Adam came about.
It came about Sauerland. I think that it was time to me to try something new, and it was when the thought of me working with Adam, it was like it's brilliant, and I was I I wasn't like I don't want it. I want to try new things, and when I was there, I had like a meeting with him, and we trained a bit. I felt like I'm good. I'm understood, and I wanted to see how we can go with that, and so it happened.
And had you met Adam Booth previously? And if not, what was your impression of him?
When I met him,
No, no, had you met him before you started training here? And if not, what had you been told
okay,
about him? What was your impression of what he was like?
I didn't met him before, but I knew him as a coach from David Hay, and I didn't knew much, but when I met him, he was a really cool guy, and he was simple, and we came good together, and we work also good together, like simple, easy work, and we enjoyed the boxing.
How long did you get to spend together before lockdown happened?
How long again?
How long did you yourself and Adam get to spend together before lockdown happened?
Uh, I think I met him like 2 days, and I was 2 days in London, and met we trained a bit, and I felt very comfortable. And after that, we stay in contact, and then I went to a training camp in Marbella with the boys, also trained there, and everything began to fix and to work well. We work all well together, and it was like, yes, let's continue.
And
We
how?
didn't think so much about it.
So it's just a few months before this happened, presumably. What
Yes, yes,
do you plan to return to London when it's safe to do so?
yes, of course, of course. But because I was there to prepare for a fight on the 4th April, then the shutdown came, and then I had to go back to Germany. It was only a few weeks, but we made really a big steps in my style and all the thing, and I really enjoy myself. And yes, of course, I can't wait to go back to this perfect work.
And we obviously got to watch you in London compete last year at the O2, stopping a very brave John O'Donnell. And
Mm.
for a lot of people, it was their first chance to see you on Sky Sports or live in the arena. What did you make of the experience?
Yes, I really like it to be in London always. It's like it's a big state, the next big station of boxing here in Europe. And when I get also in London, I felt very comfortable, and all the people knew really much about boxing, and I felt like home of boxing. Like how can I say? And it was really. Sorry, you there?
No, no, yeah, it's all right. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yes, it was a good night over there, and I really enjoy fighting there. The atmosphere was nice, and I also stay after the fight to watch the main event.
Which of the other fighters in the boxing booth gym have you been sparring so far?
Uh, Josh Kelly, we prepared together. He had also a fight upcoming.
Of course.
We had prepared together, and yeah, just some other guy. I don't really remember names,
Okay.
but it was also there are also a lot of good partners there, and yeah, it's like boxing, and they're tough in it.
Tell us about the sparring with Josh Kelly, because although he's a welterweight, he's a division below you. You're at similar
Mhm.
stages of your career. You're both on kind of the fringes of world class now.
Yeah, I knew also Josh Kelly from the amateur. He was also a very good amateur, and we knew each other. So when we sparred together, it was like a really nice experience also for me because I didn't spar anyone that good in the last months or years, in the months last months or years. So it was helpful for us both. It was really a focus work, brain work, physically and mentally. It was really dynamic, and really enjoyed to have also a good partner, such a good partner in the gym to train with. It was a great work, and everyone who saw it can tell you also.
I imagine it was a very technical spar in that, you like to come forward, clever, break opponents down.
Mhm.
He's more likely to fight on the back foot, flashy, fast
Yeah.
combinations. I imagine those
Mhm.
two styles would have looked very good together.
Yeah, yes, of course. It was also I had to be careful. He to don't he don't have the opportunity to catch me, and he is also careful. I don't have to catch him in the corner, and it was like yes, it was really funny. I really enjoyed this spar with always with Josh.
Tell us about what life is like for you at the moment back home in Germany and with the various restrictions and stuff going on. Are you able to train? What are you doing with your time?
I it's on the one hand sad, but on the other hand, I think I have a lot of time to spend with my family to get stuff done, and I don't feel like in rush anymore because before that I was in London, Berlin, and I didn't have much time to spend at home, and now I think I got everything cleaned up, and I can focus on the next steps. And my journey is like a stand up. We are also in Ramadan at the time, and I go running a lot of I do running, and I got also a few gyms around here in my home city where I can train, and I try everything to stay fit because we don't know when it continues, and when it continues, I want to be really good.
You mentioned spending more time with your family. Are you a married man? Do you have children?
Not yet, not
Not
yet. Yes, I'm alone, and but I hope in the future.
yet. Okay, well, it's good to know. Um, just before we let you go, just tell people who are watching how they can find you on social media, so Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Abass Baraou. If you write there, you will find me.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a pleasure to speak with you, and we look forward to seeing you back in London. Hopefully, get to see you in
Yes,
the
I hope
gym.
so. Yes, I hope so.
All right.
Stay healthy, man.
All right. So have a good day. Stay safe. Take care.
Yeah, you too. Bye
Bye.
bye.